What up, y'all? Welcome back to the Pick and Roll podcast. I'm your host, Jonathan Fridline.
And I'm Alan J. Pandian. And in this episode,
we are going to recap the NBA playoffs and then just take a deep dive into the NBA. And as we always do, we start with a question. And you know what? These are good ones. Oh, I got two of them, by the way.
Okay.
So just mentally prepare yourself.
All
right, so the
I'm
first
mentally
one.
prepared, all right.
This is a good one. Right, I remember your one from last time with the scoring in the playoffs thing.
Mm-hmm.
Ready? Who was the youngest player to score 10,000 points in the NBA? The options are Kobe Bryant, Wilt Chamberlain, LeBron James, or Michael Jordan.
I'm going to go with LeBron James.
And he's correct.
Hey,
At
let's
23
go.
years and 59 days, LeBron James is correct.
That makes sense because he was drafted at 18.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
So was Kobe. So, nice job.
Well, I mean, okay.
All right, I got another one. What NBA team owns the longest winning streak in NBA history? Is it the Chicago Bulls, the Miami Heat, the Los Angeles Lakers, or the Golden State Warriors?
The answer is the 71-72 Los Angeles Lakers.
That is so dumb. How do you know that? How do you... All right, you got... Whatever. That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. How did you get the exact year? All right, how many games?
3-0. I think it was 36.
33.
Okay, I was close. It was in the 30s.
Oh my goodness, that is the...
So Alan is 3-0 for just 0 for 1. Come on, Fred.
I'm not... It's not that I'm 0 for 1. I'm more like 0 for 1/2. Everything about it. I got the other 1/2 right. I said Devin Booker.
Okay, Devin Booker and Luka Doncic not
That's about
related
it.
at all. All right.
Whatever.
So
Whatever.
now we're going to transition to the NBA playoffs. First off, we got the 76ers versus the Atlanta Hawks. You want to go first?
I'll go first. So the series is at what? 1-1 right now? And we're
Yeah,
heading
yeah.
to Atlanta.
Yep.
It's tough. I personally thought right before the series started, I had the 76ers in 5.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to change my answer to 76ers in 6
I
because
agree. Yeah.
Trae Young, I feel like, I don't think the Hawks have enough star power
Yeah.
to beat the
Yeah,
number
I
1
agree.
seed 76ers. I think they'll be able to get one more game in Atlanta, and then
I agree.
Sixers are going to clean the house.
Yeah, I agree with that. Trae Young's been incredible this playoffs, but again, the 76ers are, in my opinion, way too talented, and also
Way too
missing DeAndre Hunter, who clamped up Julius Randle in the first round, is a big loss since they don't have a defender for Tobias Harris, and Joel Embiid's just unguardable in general. So, yeah, Ben Simmons.
What are you saying? Sixers and what?
Sixers and 6.
You stole my answer. Whatever.
okay.
You stole my answer.
Are you serious?
Nice try. Nice try. I
Ben
can see
Ben
right through
Simmons
you.
needs to learn how to shoot the ball.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. ain't
I
it?
saw him get benched at the end of game 2 just so they didn't get intentionally foul him.
Yeah.
That's a disgrace for a star player like him.
It is, isn't it?
Well, yeah, okay. Next series, Nets versus Bucks.
It is unfortunate. As a Giannis is actually my favorite player in the league.
Mhm.
I'm a big Bucks guy,
Yeah.
but I got Nets in 5. I think
Yeah.
I think the Nets are going to go up 3-0 and then they're going to take their foot off the gas pedal for game 4
Mhm.
and the Bucks are going to win.
Yeah.
And then
I can see that too.
and then the Nets win and then game 5.
yeah, I got Nets in 4. Just
Wow.
yeah, that's sweet.
Wow.
If you watch any of the games, the Nets are just overwhelmingly offensively dominant, and the Bucks defense, their schemes, they just don't work because they allow open threes, and the shooters are really hot
And
for
they
the
can
Nets.
shoot threes, can't they?
Yeah, Joe Harris is getting a lot of open threes, and he's capitalizing on that. And Durant is just crazy. So, yeah, Nets in 4.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
As much as it pains me to say it, I agree.
yeah. I mean, I thought that for the Heat because I just didn't want to. I wanted this sliver of hope for the Heat against the Bucks, but yeah, it just didn't work out. So, yeah.
The Bucks gotta find something that'll work because obviously what's going on is not gonna work.
Middleton has to be so much better
I agree.
as a secondary scorer over Drew Holiday. He's just not performing well, and they need him to do that. So, yep. Next is the Clippers and the Utah Jazz.
I will go first. Ready? I'll go first. I'm not going to change my answer. I'm sticking by this. Jazz in 7. They're going to win on their home court
Wrong.
in Game
No.
7.
I disagree.
Jazz in 7.
Clippers
Let me
in
get Clippers in 7.
Clippers in 7.
So dumb.
Okay, think about this.
Notice how the Clippers just happen to choke in the playoffs constantly.
they
That's not
just
gonna
they
happen.
just won
It's
last
not gonna
series.
happen.
They just won last series.
Think of last year.
Last year it was abysmal. Last year was
Same thing's gonna happen.
Last year
they're
they-
against they're the 1 seed. The Jazz are the 1 seed for a reason.
I agree. They're a really good team, but I think the Clippers have maybe a better coach. Their coach Ty Lue, he made excellent adjustments in the Mavericks series, and I think they're gonna make excellent adjustments to maybe put Kawhi on Donovan, because he went off in Game 1. But I think they're gonna adjust well. I think they had a really good loss. Even that's weird. That's contradictory to say. They had a really good loss in Game 1, but I think they're gonna take advantage of Mike Conley being out. They're gonna take advantage of Rudy Gobert's inability to shoot the ball
I would
and
like to,
and do anything
I'd like to
offensively.
humbly disagree with you, sir.
Humbly, okay.
Humbly disagree. I am gonna
no.
cheer against the LA Clippers in every single series. Every single
He's
series.
he's just a hater.
They might be my least favorite team in the playoffs.
He's just a hater because I'm right.
I'd rather cheer for the Memphis Grizzlies.
They're out.
I'm saying like if the Grizzlies played the Clippers, I'd cheer for the Grizzlies.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. Paul George needs to play better. 1,000%. He shot like 23% from the field.
PG 13%. That's what he's playing in right now.
That was a terrible joke.
I mean, didn't he shoot like 13% last game?
Something like that. But
Yeah. So
playoff he's coming back.
whatever.
I
Pandemic.
saw this one meme. It was like, you know, when MJ in the Last Dance, he's like, I took that personally.
Yeah.
That was Paul George when Porzingis got the playoff P nickname. He was like, I took it
Yeah, I
personally.
took that person. So he's gonna play bad. That's funny.
All right.
I like that one.
Next series we got the Nuggets and the Suns.
So I enjoy actually both these teams. It's not
Yeah.
like the Clippers series where I'm against one team. I like both these teams, and personally, I wouldn't be mind seeing either of the teams succeed. But just based on the Suns being up 2-0,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and they seem to be playing better as a team,
Yeah.
and the Denver Nuggets are missing their co-star in Jamal Murray.
Yeah.
Suns in 6.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Suns in 4.
And
I have two. Yeah, I have two sweeps. I don't think anybody on Denver's team can guard Devin Booker. He's just such a natural, gifted scorer, and Chris Paul is a great leader. And Jokic is. I feel like he's more ineffective this series just because DeAndre Ayton's guarding him, and he's a way better defender than Kanter or Nurkic for the Blazers. So he's a little less ineffective in post touches and scoring and everything, but yeah, Suns in 4 for me.
No, okay. I respect your opinion.
Yeah, but now we're gonna transition to a new segment.
New segment.
This is called "Are You Dumb?" Spelled R space U dot space DUM.
2 M's. DUMM.
DUMM.
Are you dumb?
And I'm gonna come up with a hot take, and this one's gonna be about Chris Paul.
Okay. Nice segue. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Because we just talked about the Suns.
Yeah, you like that. So I'm gonna say that Chris Paul is a top 5 point guard if he wins a championship this year.
If he wins a championship.
If he
Top
wins a
5 point guard?
championship, yes. Stephen A. Smith talked about this, and I
All time?
all time.
Okay. Would you like to expand?
I would. Okay, so Chris Paul.
Let me
Fi-
hear your list. Right now.
Number one on right now or
Right now. No. I'm saying if Chris Paul wins a championship, what's your list?
Magic Johnson,
Okay.
number 1. Steph Curry, number 2.
I agree.
Oscar Robertson, number 3.
Okay.
I was trying to toss this one up. Either John Stockton or Isaiah Thomas, number 4.
See, that one's close in my brain.
Yeah. And then, I don't know. I was thinking of putting Isaiah number 4 and Chris Paul number 5 and then Stockton number
Stockton's-
6. I know you're a John Stockton fan, so that...
I'm a big John Stockton. He's my favorite player of all time.
Yeah.
Okay. If Chris Paul wins a championship,
Mm-hmm.
I might actually have to agree with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
in the sense that Chris Paul has been a remarkable point guard his entire career. He's been
Yep.
very consistent.
Yeah.
He has shown that he can take teams like the Oklahoma City Thunder
To the playoffs. Yeah.
and the Phoenix Suns
Yeah.
to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And his leadership is unmatched.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He can dial it up when it matters. I guess people always point to his lack of playoff success.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't perform with the Los Angeles Clippers.
So a lot of it's been injuries.
Been
so.
injuries, yeah. I personally believe that the Houston Rockets could have beaten that
Yeah.
Golden State Warriors team in 2018.
If Paul, if
that
he
was
doesn't
if
hurt,
Paul
yeah.
stays healthy. I think I think I got the Rockets going win that series and ultimately win the championship because they
Yeah.
would have to play a subpar Cleveland Cavaliers
Yeah,
team.
I agree.
So, but you know, injuries. I would have to go Magic Johnson at 1. Actually, my top 3 is the same. Steph Curry at 2,
Two, yeah.
and then Oscar Robertson at 3.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna have to. I can't put John Stockton at 4 when Isaiah Thomas has 2 championships
Mm-hmm. In the Michael Jordan era.
in the Michael Jordan era. Well,
Yeah.
it was,
It was
Kind of pre-Jordan.
right before Jordan era.
but he was already top of the league by
Yeah,
then. He
yeah.
already won a scoring title.
Yeah. He was really good still.
But he hadn't really taken that jump yet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have to put Isaiah Thomas at 4, and then Chris Paul at 5. The only thing he's lacking in his resume is a championship.
Yeah.
Whether or not he wins the Finals MVP.
The thing is that I feel like, obviously, I didn't get to watch. Personally, I didn't get to watch prime Chris Paul, but
With
I
the
feel like
Hornets.
with the Hornets.
Mhm.
But from watching people who are huge Chris Paul fans, he was like in the MVP voting. He averaged like 29 one season. And I love John Stockton. He's one of the most unselfish players in NBA history, which I really appreciate. Especially playing basketball, you don't want to be with a selfish player, and he's a really good passer as well. But
The best passer.
we'll see it. Well, maybe. But he wasn't gonna lead the team in scoring. He wasn't gonna carry
Chris
a
Paul
team.
doesn't lead the team in scoring though.
I know,
right
but
now.
I'm saying
Oh, you're
prime,
saying okay,
prime
okay.
Chris Paul.
Alright,
I'm sorry,
whatever,
my bad.
whatever.
Prime Chris Paul led the team in scoring. Was in the MVP voting. I don't think John Stockton was ever in the MVP voting.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I think he cracked the top 10 once.
Maybe, I'm not sure. But he wasn't going to be a top 3 MVP player. He wasn't going to carry his team to the playoffs. I'm not sure about his leadership 100%.
I mean, he did make 2 straight finals. Take
Yeah.
that how you want.
He did it, but the thing is that Chris Paul, yeah, that's true. That's the thing. He did lose against Michael Jordan, who's arguably the GOAT. And
Arguably.
yeah, but that's the thing. He didn't make 2 finals, which has to go accounted for in the all-time ranking.
But I mean,
Yeah.
think he did lose to the borderline one of the greatest teams of all time 2 years in a row in the Golden State Warriors, 2017.
Chris Paul, yeah,
2018.
yeah,
So, meanwhile, when John Stockton lost to one of the greatest teams of all time in the 1997-1998 Chicago Bulls.
yeah.
So,
That's fair.
2 all-time teams.
Yeah,
So, I'm going to have to agree with you,
Mhm.
actually. So, you're not dumb. Actually,
yeah.
you're not. Chris Paul, if he wins a championship, top 5. Let me ask you this. If he doesn't win a championship, retires ringless, where's he at? I think I might just switch John Stockton. and
Yeah,
Chris
I
Paul.
would agree with that. I would just switch those 2.
Yeah.
I mean,
it'd still be close though.
yeah, it's not like ranking doesn't like you whether you're 5th or 6th matters a lot in all the all-time history, but just to have that championship which is so elusive.
I agree.
It's I would say I would flip those 2, John Stockton and Chris Paul, if he does not win a championship. So now we're gonna talk about another legacy.
A very, very hot take, and it's not really a hot take.
It's not,
It's more of a conversation.
It's more of a conversation.
It's a
slash
conversation.
discussion. Yeah. We're-
People have their sides though, for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about LeBron's legacy
LeBron James,
after
basketball player.
after his loss in the first round to the Phoenix Suns.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna talk about how that impacts his legacy, if at all, and what are the different standards people hold him to.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So
kick us
you want to
off.
go? You want to go first?
You want to go first?
I'll go. Okay, I'll go first. I
You wanna go
think
first?
personally, I think this doesn't really hinder his legacy at all.
Yeah, I agree.
He's had an incredible career in 18 years. like longer than
People tend to take that for granted.
Yeah, 18 years. 18 years of doing something. 18 years of living is something I haven't even accomplished yet.
I haven't done that either.
So it's like, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Just being being almost the best player every single year.
Every single year. Maybe besides his rookie year.
Besides it's like early years, and when Kobe was the best player in the NBA. Maybe besides those, he's probably the best player in the NBA in the 2010s by far.
And if you really think about it, let me name some NBA players for you.
Go for it.
Kobe Bryant, Dirk Nowitzki, Tim Duncan.
Mm-hmm.
Think of them in their 18th season. What kind of standard do you think they held during their 18th season?
Wasn't as high as LeBron's.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If those people in their 18th season made the playoffs, people would be celebrating and be like, okay, they had a great career. This is their farewell tour.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
If they make an all-star team, even bigger applause. Like, okay, they're good even at their old age.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, LeBron in year 18, putting up, he was in the MVP conversation. I know he wasn't a finalist, but he was definitely in the conversation.
Before his injury, he was in the top 3. Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. And he gets bounced in the first round against a team that they could have beaten actually if they were healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And they just get bounced in the first round because injuries, that happens. It's part of the game.
Yeah.
And yet people like to criticize him.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, yeah, you got bounced in the first round. He's washed.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't know. You could tell that old age is catching up to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I personally feel like he has nothing else to prove.
Yeah.
In my opinion, 4 championships, 4 Finals MVPs, 4 regular season MVPs.
Yeah. If he retired now, his GOAT candidacy would be extremely strong.
Exactly.
Like, I know so many people who still think.
And think Michael Jordan, the person in the GOAT talk. What was he doing in his 18th season? Did he even play? I don't think he played. I think he played 15 seasons.
Yeah.
Think of his last season with the Wizards.
His last couple of seasons. People
he averaged 13, 14, 15 points.
People often discount those in the argument, but like
exactly.
LeBron's been in LeBron's 15th season. He was in the championship.
Exactly.
So I don't. Yeah, people hold LeBron to a different standard just because I feel like it's just because we're used to him being held to that standard.
People are taking him for granted, in my opinion.
It's hard.
We're witnessing greatness.
It's gonna be the day when he retires is gonna be very sad, just because
the league will never be the same.
We're never gonna have another LeBron. But
I saw we're never gonna see the combination of size, strength, athleticism. Ever again.
And skill, talent.
6'9", 250?
Yeah, something. I don't know. Yeah, something like that. He's a freak of nature.
Has a 40-inch vert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, LeBron's legacy will hopefully people don't take this loss in the first round into major account because I don't think it matters that much. Mm-hmm. But, moving on. What's our next segment? What do you want to talk about next?
This next segment, it's a little different. We're basically just going to be talking about 2 players in particular. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 2-time NBA MVP, and Nikola Jokic, who just, 2 days ago?
Won MVP.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Won the NBA MVP.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be talking about how they happen to be struggling in the NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
Do you want to kick us off?
Yeah. One thing, I don't think Jokic was struggling as much as Giannis. The thing with Jokic is that he's all by himself right now. I mean, this series...
Didn't the Bucks make the conference finals last year?
No, they got bounced in the second round.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're right. What about 2019?
2019, they didn't make the final. They did make the conference
finals.
Yeah. I don't know. Giannis is a interesting...
He's odd, isn't
he? What?
He's odd.
He's odd.
He's an odd case.
He's a very interesting case for sure. Just because his play style, it's modern and also old fashioned at the same time. Because you don't see many players like Zion and him. They're the 2 players that live in the paint. Mm-hmm. They get most of the points in the paint. I think Zion's a little better shooter than him.
A little bit.
But Giannis, he doesn't have the best jump shot as a terrible free throw shooter, but he's super athletic, very versatile, a really good defender. And
extremely athletic. Yeah.
But his lack of jump shot is what killed the Bucks in the playoffs against the Heat last year. They just walled up against him, and they forced Chris Middleton and Eric Bledsoe to create shots against him, which they couldn't. I think Giannis's play style and his regular season type play style, which will win him MVP for averaging 30 points a game and 12 rebounds. That type of play style will win him MVP, but not win him a championship, in my opinion.
You gotta take account the era that we are currently living in.
Yeah.
If I'm on a fast break, I'm gonna pull up for 3 instead of take the wide open layup.
Yeah.
So we are in the era of 3-pointers,
Mm-hmm.
of jump shots. Think Steph Curry, Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
So Giannis has to adapt. Unfortunately, he has to. We're in the era where big men, DeMarcus Cousins, Anthony Davis are consistently shooting multiple 3-pointers.
You see Anthony Davis from back to post, he can do it all, from shooting threes to hitting tough middies to backing down in the post. He can do it all, and Giannis has to develop a game like that, in my opinion.
Yeah. Even though he's so talented and so athletic, where he can just live in the paint and do well. Yeah. The Bucks are the 2 seed this year, led by him.
Yeah.
But they have to take that extra step.
I think they were the 3 seed, but yeah, I agree.
The Nets are the 2 seed.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, I agree completely.
Yeah.
But Jokic is an interesting case because you hear us talking about like being versatile on offense, being able to shoot and post up as a big man, and he does that.
And while averaging 10 assists or near 10 assists.
Near triple double.
Yeah.
And that's like the definition of versatility in today's game. A big man who's able to like play the point guard almost.
You don't hear about a big man who's almost averaging a triple double.
Yeah, that's absurd what he's doing. But I think his case is different just because, first of all, he won the MVP this year and he lost his co-star, which is
big time.
Still is very impressive. And losing like 3 starters like Will Barton, Jamal Murray, and PJ Dozier, who are all 3 rotational players in the playoffs, is like I think that's why they're losing, not because of Jokic's performance,
and
but
they're forced to play, an unprepared Austin Rivers.
Yeah.
Which I don't know, he did show up during that Blazers series.
Yeah.
But
young MPJ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's more of Jokic's team or injured team rather than like his play style. I feel Giannis's play style is a bigger reason of their lack of success in the playoffs than Jokic's.
I agree. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Episode 3 of the Pick and Roll podcast. I'm once again going to shout out our Instagram. Go follow at the Pick and Roll podcast _ Don't forget to like and subscribe this video. We appreciate it. Thank you.
And that's a wrap.
That is a wrap.